Picks with Dev, Picks with Dev, Picks with Devin.
What's going on? This is Devin from 106.7 WIZN. I'm here at our world headquarters ready to give you a little bit of extra insight on this week's football picks. The Ravens are looking to shake the monkey off their back and finally get a win, currently off to their worst start in franchise history. The Steelers, on the other hand, will roll with Mike Vick under center for the next month plus. I think he'll have some flashes of success, but it's going to be Le'Veon's ball for the most part. I think it's too risky to pick Pittsburgh on a short week, and Baltimore is far too eager to win, so I'm going Ravens this week. London gets a taste of the AFC East, 9:30 Sunday morning, our time. If the Dolphins coaches would like to keep their jobs, I presume they're working double time this week. While I don't think their O-line can hold back the Jets in a similar matchup to last week, they might be able to turn it around just based on familiarity, having won in Wembley a year ago. Safe pick, though, going to be the Jets this week. The Colts have no excuse to lose this one. Could see some high scores for both teams, but the Colts are the rightful favorite. The Bills have been tested by some strong offenses this year and are 2-1 in those matchups. They quite prefer their home turf, and after seeing what Larry Hughes and Marcel Darius did to Ryan Tannehill last week, I would not want to be Eli Manning. The Bucs aren't exactly treating Jameis Winston with a win-now mentality. Kind of looks more like an extended training camp for him. It makes them very hard to pick in the meantime. This is the toughest matchup of the week for me. The Redskins have been running the ball like crazy, which keeps games from getting out of hand, even the losses. That's why I think they'll split this season series. I'll give the Redskins the win this week at home. You remember the time the Raiders went 3-1? Julio Jones is on pace for a record year, and on the other side of the ball, you got the Texans who, in the words of head coach Bill O'Brien, need a little more juice. They'll get a lot of it when Arian Foster returns, but he's questionable. So is Houston. It's the start of a tough three-game run for the Bengals leading up to their bye, but Cincinnati's 3-0. Andy Dalton is doing well for now. I'll wait till he throws at least one pick six before I go against him. I will now refuse to pick the Browns until Johnny Manziel is back under center. You know what? I don't even know what I want anymore. The Cardinals are kind of like a really nice, fine china store where the aisles are really narrow and everything is super delicate. So you just sort of suck in your gut and try not to bump into anything when you make this pick. You never know which Peyton Manning will show up, but if this week's is any bit like last week's, then the Broncos should roll. And their defense's ability to make any opponent one-dimensional is quite admirable. But let's just hope it's not high-voice Peyton Manning. The cheese is hot. When the cheese is hot, you make nachos. Who doesn't like nachos? One particular sportsbook had the Saints opening as 7-point favorites over the Cowboys. On what planet is that possible? I'm not buying it. The Sea Lions showdown on Monday night. Detroit is kind of sort of getting it together just in time to face the Seahawks at home, who might as well be the Harlem Globetrotters. That's it for week 4. Now all we got to do is watch the games. You can always follow along and try to beat the DJs right here at WIZN.com.